What up, boys? Let's get it. Got to flex the haircut once again. Look at the. Well, it's not even a haircut. I haven't cut my hair in like a minute. You already know, man. I know mine a terrible camera quality. Like my computer is like shit when it comes to camera quality. So let me give it a little haircut. Zzz, zzz. I'll be good. No, we don't have the dose. Hey. So yeah, the podcast gonna start to like 2. So just like chill. You're about to hear myself. I'll be good. No, we don't have the dose. Hey. All right, let's get it. I'm just gonna put my awkwardly put my head down for a minute. Sandwich. All right, let's get it. Let me set this up. What are y'all niggas? What are y'all looking at? Magic? Excuse me. They just took me out the call. Well, my own call. You know what I mean? Alright. Get it. Yeet. All right, it's time. Let's get start this podcast. Well, like, I guess welcome everybody and just welcome to the podcast because it's about to be pretty lit. I'm also gonna check my audio again, so just give me a sec. For a moment. Just give me a sec. Alright, well, like, welcome to Overtaking the Move, everybody. If you came out, thank you. Whatever, whatever. This is like the first time I'm showing my face for like to anybody, so on YouTube. So pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. Well, like, sorry for the kind of bad camera quality, but let's start talking NASCAR and F1 news right now. Let's go to the page. You already know. If y'all boys ain't followed, you already know. Ooh, look at that. Look at that beautiful Instagram page. You already know. I guess let's start talking about the news as we wait. Let's go to about 6 days ago. We're going to go about a week ago in news from this page. And the first thing that pops up is Chase Elliott winning the All-Star race. When I saw Chase Elliott win the All-Star race, it was kind of just like a bro moment because it was just like I didn't really like the race because damn, my voice cracked hit hard. But I didn't really like the race because I think NASCAR was trying to make it like the old Bristol where bump and run would be the only way to pass. As my thing died again. Good though, we good though. Hold up, let me extend my page. Hold up. Well, yeah, I didn't really like it because it was mostly just single file all race and it was kind of just boring. Yeah, it was literally just kind of boring the whole race, and I never really liked it. I think the race could have been 20 times better if they had the top groove working because Bristol's really only good when the top groove and bottom groove are kind of even off the corner. And it's really nice to see people literally run to that wall to get as much momentum out the corners and stuff like that. And it's just like, when you don't have that at a track like Bristol, it's like Chicagoland. If you don't have multi-group racing at Chicagoland and Kansas, those tracks are really just not good. They become like Kentucky and Texas, where the bottom is just the best lane no matter what. And that kind of racing we've seen all the time sucks. Kentucky always sucks. Texas got bailed out by that caution. Kentucky got bailed out by a caution. But if those cautions never came out and gave us like pretty good finishes, those races would have been like 3 out of 10s, to be honest with you. It was cool for Chase Elliott, but I think Chase Elliott has fallen off the last few races. To be honest, I don't even know. But let's move up to the next thing. This is going to be F1 news, and it's about Perez and the Vettel situation. Um, my honest opinion about the Vettel thing is I think it's smart for Racing Point to go for a driver like Vettel. Is that because Vettel is basically a Mercedes by now, and they're going to Aston Martin next year, right? And that car is basically a Mercedes. And Mercedes, as you can see, is fucking goated. And they win like every freaking race. So it kind of just makes sense. It makes sense that they would go for him. He's a good driver. He's not a bot. He's a 4-time champion, I believe. I don't even know. But yeah. For Perez, I believe the best opportunity, I think the best team that can get him is Haas because Haas needs to get rid of Grosjean and get rid of. I don't think they're bad drivers. I feel like Grosjean has never really been given good equipment, and not only has Grosjean never been given good equipment, but it's just been kind of bodied, if you know what I mean. Man, Marquez, you a bot, man. Uh, Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. If Haas gets Perez, that's gonna be like a huge boost because not only does Perez come with like 40 sponsors, but like he's an actual good driver, and I think he could drive that Haas car up to consistent like almost points finishes. That's a cap actually, no. Probably good like top 13s, top 15s in that car if like guys get out the race and stuff like that. Um, Besides that, I don't really know. But after that, I saw today that Alfa Romeo has been talking to the goats, the goat Perez. So if Alfa Romeo gets them, I'm not. We already know who's getting replaced. If Alfa Romeo gets them, it's gonna be Kimi Raikkonen. Like it's kind of obvious at this point. Kimi Raikkonen is gonna get them. My bad. Kimi Raikkonen gonna get out of the sport. He's getting old anyway, and at Hungary he just was just not good, as you saw. I mean, he made a bunch of passes, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know at this point. Besides that, my prediction is that Perez will end up going to Romeo because Romeo, I feel like the Romeo cars are just better in a way. Besides that, let's move on, and we move on to the Williams with George Russell and Nicholas Latifi confirmed for 2021. To be honest, that's a pretty good question. Like, if they're going to be good or not, I don't really necessarily think Williams will be good. Obviously, I mean, it's freaking Williams. It's kind of bought it. The team almost legit sold itself, and they lost their sponsor at Rocket, so it was kind of bodied. But George Russell, I think he's going to be good in his career if he just gets even a decent ride. My prediction is that he was going to go to Racing Point, but like when Vettel got that offer, it was just like, nah. And Lance Stroll isn't going to leave Racing Point because, you know, Daddy's cash is going to bail him out. You already know. Latifi's going to be alright. I mean, he drove it up to like 10th in the Hungary race. Oh my god. He drove it up to like 10th in the Hungary race. He'll be pretty good. Let me hold up. I know how to fix this. Or do I? Imagine. We just gonna have to deal with it. But like anyway. Yeah, besides that, George Russell's alright. I don't think he's gonna be like a Michael Schumacher in his career or a Lewis Hamilton. I don't think he's gonna be like that. I feel like he's gonna be stuck in Williams for so many years that like if he leaves Williams, that's Williams' only hope as of right now. Like George Russell and Latifi are kind of just like bailing him out at this point. Like if they had like a botted F2 driver in that car, like legit, it would have been 20 times worse. Uh, Yeah, but Williams will be all right. I mean, I think they've gotten way better than what they were the last year. Like, cause Russell got like that P12 in qualifying. You already know, whatever. Latifi's questionable. Latifi's just gonna have to like limit mistakes and play it smart at a lot of races and hope the strategy is embodied. Like what happened in the Hungary race, where literally these people they literally released him when there was a McLaren trying to come out of pit road, and it screwed over, not only screwed over Sainz, but literally as soon as they came out of pit road, Latifi spun. So it really just was like a double fucked. Moving on, we got James Allison talking about Ferrari and why Ferrari kind of struggling. I think to me, Ferrari struggling because of its pressure. Like, honestly, like for real, like it's because of its history. Like, it's always been a competitive team. It's I guess never been a bad team, and it has a lot of history, and that's why they have so much pressure to be good right now. You know, but at the end of the day, those Ferrari cheaters, with their illegal overtake mode, their illegal, ERS modes and whatever illegal things they do. Without those, it's gonna take a while for them to bounce back. Like, like a while to bounce back from the decline they hit. At the end of the day, yeah, again, it's just about the pressure that's literally like going to be affecting Ferrari the most. James Allison's completely right about it. Literally, their car is so botted. Like, they got a new upgrade. We'll talk about that later. But they literally got a new upgrade, and the upgrade doesn't even seem that good. So, I mean, it may be good. Who knows? But let's see. Let's move on to the next thing. So NASCAR actually revealed the Triple Truck Challenge today. Not today, but a couple days ago, 4 days ago to be exact. They released the Triple Truck Challenge, and I'm gonna read this off now. Let's see here. It's gonna kick off at the Daytona International Speedway Road Course, then Dover, and then last at Gateway. Let's see here. Each winner each winner gets $50,000. If they win 2 races, they get $150,000. So they get an extra 50K if they win 2 races. If they win 3 races, the same driver wins 3 races, they get 300K. But they get a bonus of 200K to add up to 500K. I think the Truck Series is gonna be fire. Honestly, it's gonna be freaking lit. And it's going to be very fun to see what's going on in there. Let me see my screen real quick. Hold up, let me read the chat. Imagine. Let's see here. My truck predictions this year, like I have not focused on the Truck Series as much as like F1 and the Cup Series and NASCAR, so I don't really remember like off the top of my head who's good, who's not good. So I'm gonna go quickly search up the standings as my thing just popped in. Come on, guh. I wish Discord would just let me stay in the call no matter what, but you already know Discord's kind of botted sometimes. Anyway, yeah, let me go look up the standings real quick. Where the standings at? Oh, here they are. Alright, so Sheldon Creed's actually leading the standings. When I first saw Sheldon Creed into this like truck series, I thought he was gonna be goated like right off the back, like because he was really good in ARCA. So, but he's been alright. But he's leading the standings as in playoff standings. But we're just gonna look at the driver standings real quick. Oh. Here we go. So yeah, Sheldon Creed leading. Brandon Finger is gonna be alright. I mean, he has a win. It looks like. But I love the truck series because it's such a like young series, and there's so many young guys. Like Zane Smith is one of my favorites. He was pretty good in ARCA as well. As I put my feet on my table, just use that. And Christian, oh god, I cannot say this. Ikis. I cannot say that word. That word, OD, kind of bought it. I won't even cap with you. Hold up. We good. Yeah, Christian Ikis is kind of bought it. I mean, he's kind of goated, but like, I cannot say his last name. Christian Ikis. Never say that shit. That should always be botted. But like, let's move on. You already know. We got Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt, unfortunately, he did break his legs, and I think that really did affect him because he went from winning like every truck race to six. I mean, sixth in the standings isn't bad. He just has one gotten unlucky, and remember he has broken his legs, so it's kind of like bodied for him. Tyler Ankrum, I feel like he was gonna be good, but then he just never like he wasn't in the best equipment in his first year in the 17. That wasn't really the best equipment, and then he went to the 26, which I think we all thought he was gonna be goated, and he's eighth in points, which isn't bad. Again, isn't bad. A guy that really does interest me is Derek Ross. He's looking pretty good. I do want to see how many starts he has. Actually, 8 starts. Okay. Yeah, Derek Ross has been really interesting me and all. Johnny Sauter to me has also fallen off to like the next degree. Like he's out of the chase right now by a couple points. And Stuart Friesen too. Ever since they made that change to Toyota, Stuart Friesen has just not been like the consistent top 5 guy anymore. But look at my boy. Look at the inspirational Corey Roper, 19th in the standings. Corey Roper being a go right now, actually. And Zane Smith too. And actually, hold on. Austin Hill too. Austin Hill's leading like the points, so he has the most points. He hasn't won this season, but I feel like he's gonna be a big threat. Like Austin Hill, he's like a debatable kind of guy. Like he could, if you put him in a good car, and you put him at a track that he's good at, he always does well. When he won that Homestead race and stuff like that, he loves tracks like Homestead, Kansas, where he can run up to the wall and stuff like that. You already know. Oh my God. Like I know how to fix this, but like I'm not trying to fix this. I mean, I could fix it, but like it won't let me stay in the call for that. Plus, I need to check if thing joins the server. So yeah, I'm just gonna straight up. Let me log on. Let me fix this up. Alright, it's gonna show this other bot, but like, don't question why there's 2 faces. Excuse me. Hold up. Read that mic. Throw this over here. Alright, we good now. Well, yeah, this man won't be a bot anyway. So, damn, I want to mute this on my phone. How do I mute this on my phone? Alright, there we go. Can I mute this? Alright. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, well, yeah, he also Top Gillen actually up there. Man, I didn't even know that. And Ben Rhodes could have went to Xfinity. Ben Rhodes is just, I feel like he's been in trucks for a little bit too long. I feel like he's not going to be going to Xfinity for a while, but like, does it really matter? I don't really know. It does really matter for his career because everyone thought Ben Rhodes is like that mystery guy that like sometimes he'll win, sometimes he won't. I mean, he hasn't really. I don't really even know honestly with Ben Rhodes. Matt Crafton though, hey, my boy, 10th in the standings, champion of last season. He pulled off what I think a lot of NASCAR fans hated, winning the championship with no wins and just off of consistency, which was pretty nice. Also, Tanner Gray in 14 points. Well, let's move on to the next news story. We move on to the checkered post with Lewis Hamilton dominating and getting his 86th career win. Amen. 86 wins. Lewis Hamilton won that race, lapping, I think he lapped everyone except for like 4 cars. That man, like, fucking whipped out his cock and fucking just drove. He whipped out his dick and just drove. Because that man dominated. Like, I was so bored watching that race. I was just sitting here like I was making the race win post, and I was just here like, I made it with like 20 laps to go. Like, that's how much I knew he was going to win the race. I legit made it with 20 laps to go. Either way, congrats to Lewis Hamilton, though. That was a pretty okay race, but it was pretty bad. Like, honestly. The next game we move on to is the Austin Dillon. Like, it was crazy how that race went down. I was watching that race, and I was here sitting like, it's 2 of them. It's 2 RCR cars. There's no way they fucked this up. And they actually didn't. Austin Dillon kind of got bailed out with the tire wear. I feel like the tire wear was so bad. Like, it was really bad because, like, it didn't even matter. Like, if Tyler Reddick literally took no tires, and Austin Dillon stood out on old tires. Everyone else took like 4 or 2 tires. And they literally pulled out to like a 2-second lead with no problem. It was kind of like, bro, I almost slipped on my seat. No one saw that. But yeah, it was pretty nice. And RCR hasn't gone like, it's crazy that they haven't gone not even 1-1-2 finish since 2011. Which was pretty interesting, pretty crazy. Kyle Busch got another top 10, which was another top 5, my bad. So that's pretty nice for Kyle Busch. And Joey Logano, like, I was praying that these two would fight each other so Austin Dillon and Reddick can pull away. And it was pretty nice to see Reddick pull away and Austin Dillon. But interesting things that did happen in that race is Jimmy Johnson wrecked out, obviously. Well, he didn't wreck out. He wrecked and then was able to come back and get some points. William Byron wrecked out, which means that William Byron is in a sticky situation. Not that kind of situation. But let's see the Cup standings real quick. I want to see playoff standings. So as of right now, what? Oh, these are points wise. Can I see like the playoffs though? Alright, this is very confusing. Well, we good. So as of right now, William Byron is just like so close to falling out of the chase. So he really does need a good race. Austin Dillon's now locked in. Tyler Reddick, interestingly, is only like 12 points back to William Byron. And my thoughts on William Byron is I think that he's a good driver and whatever. He keeps the car safe or whatever. He's fast at some tracks, but I feel like he's just not where he should be. He shouldn't be barely making the playoffs or barely. He should be good in the playoffs right now, like Chase Elliott and Bowman. I mean, Bowman has fell off too. Bowman fell off like crazy as well. Have you seen these last few races? He went from winning at the beginning of the season. I think he's one of those drivers that are like practice is really going to help them. But now that there's no practice, it changes a lot of things. And it changes like who will actually learn the track the best during the races. If you know what I mean. Well, yeah, besides that, like, it's a pretty interesting playoffs. You got one rookie in there, which is Cole Custer. We might have a two rookie playoffs right here. And Christopher Bell actually isn't that far back. Christopher Bell is only 100 points back. So it is possible, unless if Christopher Bell was like on a top 10 streak, I don't see any possible way he comes back in this situation. Bubba's questionable, but I don't think unless he wins, I don't see him making the playoffs. Eric Jones, though, like, I don't know about that one, Chief. I think he's like, what? Let's see here. Eric Jones apparently 18th in the points. I don't know how I feel about that right now. Because Eric Jones, I mean, technically, Eric Jones has been one of those drivers where, like, he has speed, he just gets so unlucky. But now, he has someone that will actually challenge him for the seat. Now that Matt Benedetto's gone, like, Matt Benedetto was good. He moved on. He went to the 21 team, and they've been good. They've been good for that 21. Matt Benedetto has been out. I wouldn't say outperforming, but he's just been where he needs to be. Like, to get that Penske 2 ride next season. I'm a firm believer that Matt Benedetto is going to go to that 2 car next season, and then Cindric is going to go to the 21 if Cindric keeps on performing the way he is as of right now. Bubba's up there pretty nice. Bubba Wallace, I really like him. He's a pretty cool dude, and I'm pretty surprised he's even in the top 20 in points now that I look at it, because it's just like that team literally got bailed out by Bubba Wallace because Bubba Wallace brought in the sponsorship money. If it wasn't for Bubba Wallace, Richard Petty Racing literally would not be on the circuit anymore. So it's pretty crazy that that's even like a thing. And whatever. Let's keep on moving on through here. Actually, Chris Buescher's been one of those guys too that like legit has not been that good either. For like, we thought he was gonna be goated in that 17. He was goated in the 37. He was getting like top 10s, top 15s in a car that should be finishing out the top 25, and that man freaking was still getting those top 10 finishes. And then he goes to the 17, and we're expecting him to at least get a playoff run. And he's getting used to a lot of things, and he's definitely fallen off the last year's stats. That's about it for the cup standings. Let's keep on going through here. Give me a sec. The next thing we got is the Haas penalty from F1. I think this is a fair penalty because they did go down in pit road before like the race started to go put on the sauce. But Haas did something great. They still got a point. Actually, they still finished 10th in that races. You see me struggling to stick up. I'm kind of just like balancing on one seat, one like peg on my chair. But like, yeah, the the Haas team has just been. I don't know how they pulled that off. Magnussen had a lot of speed to hold off for that 10th place. It was pretty nice. But the penalty on a 10 seconds, they got kind of lucky. I ain't gonna cap, they got lucky. Well, they were fast. Magnussen was in the podium. The record got broken for how long a Haas car's been on that podium position. It went from like 3 laps to like 10 laps, which was kind of goaty. The next thing on the list is that Clint Boyer has said that he would like to return to SHR again. And I think that this is a very interesting subject to talk about if Tony Stewart will do it. And what does it mean for Larson? Because everyone's saying that Larson was going to go to the 14 because we all thought that Clint Boyer was going to retire this year. Well, not necessarily retire, but he was going to stop, cup racing, and he was going to go commentate cup races and Xfinity races and stuff like that. I think that's what everyone thought. But then he announced on Twitter that he wants to stay and finish off his career at SHR. The question is, what kind of loyalty is Tony Stewart going to show? Is he going to go for Larson now, or does he want to go for Larson later? Larson has obviously destroyed any kind of dirt competition he goes up against. So I think Tony's going to sign. And if I'm Tony, I'm going to sign Larson, obviously, in this situation. But I think Tony's going to re-sign Clint Boyer just for the loyalty. Just for the loyalty. He's probably going to be like, you got 1 year. Because at the end of the day, Clint Boyer, even though he's not a win contender, he's not a bad driver. He's a consistent playoff appearance. He has consistent playoff appearances. He's usually up there, and he's a top 10 points getter. He's always in the points. He's always getting good points unless something happens to him. And he has good speed. He's won races in that 14. Not a lot, but Clint definitely needs to. I think he needs to step it up in the playoffs and step it up for the rest of the year if he really wants Tony Stewart to be loyal. But if Larson goes to the 14, it's going to be very interesting because Larson, I feel like it's better for him to stay in dirt because it's kind of where he's happy. But I don't really know. That's Larson. So Larson might want to stay in NASCAR, but after what he did, I don't really care if he's in NASCAR. I don't have a problem with him in NASCAR for after what he did. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. It's just, it happens, whatever. I feel like a lot of people were kind of harsh to him. He lost all of his sponsors. Chevy doesn't even want him in any of their cars. It was just bruh. But everyone, I think, has forgiven him. And, well, not everyone, but most have forgiven him and say he deserves a second chance in NASCAR. Larson has been one of those interesting kind of guys in the sport. I think he does need to learn that he needs to win races in that 42 car. I know Matt Kenseth isn't the best guy in that 42 car, but if you put Larson in it, I don't think Larson would have been the best. Larson is kind of the best guy for the 42 team, but my honest opinion is that Bubba Wallace will be in the 42. He's shown so much speed in the 43. He's bringing in sponsors from Cash App and stuff like that. And he also has one race sponsored by McDonald's every year. So it's just I could see that 43 team, prospering. Well, not prospering, but I could see Bubba Wallace leaving Richard Petty Racing or whatever it's called, RPM, to go to Chip Ganassi. But for the 14, this is the SHR lineup I'm going to see. I'm going to see Erica Marola, Kevin Harvick, and Cole Custer back, but for that 14 team, it's going to be Larson. Alright? There's no way Tony Stewart's going to show that much loyalty to Clint Boyer. I wouldn't mind Clint Boyer, but I don't know. Let's see what's the next thing. And also for Larson, though, if Larson wants to come back into NASCAR, I think he has to accept and learn that he's gonna have to reboot his career. He's gonna have to start in he doesn't necessarily have to start in the Xfinity and Truck Series, but I think that's the best way to build his way up. Start in the Xfinity and Truck Series and build his way back up. Or start on a weak team. You see how Daniel Suarez went to the 96 team, and he's trying to build that team up? Same thing. So yeah, I think Larson's gonna join some bum team Rick Ware Racing and stuff like that. If he doesn't get his 14 right, he's probably gonna join some team that's not good in Xfinity. Try to build them up like MTJ had to do with Front Row Motorsports. And Front Row wasn't good like that when he joined, and yeah, remember Alex Bowman? Alex Bowman had to start with a 23 team and stuff like that. Boy, Ethan, if you don't be quiet, my quality be fire, cuz. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at this quality. Look at this Android quality right here. Look at this. Look at this beautiful hair. See, look at this hairline on deck. But we're not gonna talk about the hairline. The hairline, hey man, it's looking pretty clean. I mean, my hairline kind of look a little pixelated, but we good. We good. We good. Let's see. TA Gaming. He said Larson stays dirt and becomes the king of dirt. I think Larson's already the king of dirt. Like, literally every time he races dirt, he's always a top 3 contender. Does not matter the situation. Give him a broken fucking car and he's still gonna go fight for the win. He just loves racing down there, and I think that's where he enjoys racing more. And I feel like Larson isn't good in his package because it's the package. The package is kind of bummy, if you know what I mean. It's not that good for Larson's like standards, like, you know, running the outside. You know, now you can't really do that. You know, because lower horsepower means outside is not really that big into play. If you know what I mean. Like, remember Auto Club where everyone used to run all the way up to the wall? You don't do that anymore in this package and stuff like that. I think at tracks like Kansas, yeah, most definitely outside would probably be really good. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. And again, Larson's probably going to start some bum teams, so let's go on to the next thing. And this is a first, second driver and fire post between Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, and Bubba Wallace. If I were to put this in my perspective, I'm going to put Bubba Wallace as the first driver. I'm going to put Clint Boyer as the second driver, and I'm going to fire Austin Dillon. No matter how old Bubba Wallace is outperforming that 43 equipment. He has good sponsors, and he's good. He's a good future prospect. He's won races to get where he is today. Here he got kind of bailed out because Eric Almirola got injured, but still he did outperform in that 43 car. He's shown that he has the talent to win races. He's won truck races. He's won multiple things to get to where he is. The Clint Boyer, I'm going to put him in second driver because no matter how old he is, Clint's Clint. And Clint can get good finishes, and he's always consistent in the points, and that's what I want from my driver, to be consistent, don't wreck the car, not immature, and safe on the track. And the reason why I'm going to fire Austin Dillon in this situation, because Austin Dillon, I know he just won Texas, but Austin Dillon is a good driver, but, like, he's not good to what he was supposed to be. Like, remember, he won the truck championship. He won the Xfinity championship. I think, like, twice. I don't even know. But he was goated. We all thought he was going to be goated in Cup, and he was a bot. Like, he's been in Cup for, like, 7 years and barely has done anything. And the only reason he's in that car is because Daddy owns it. There's no hate. I have no hate against Austin Dillon, but I think he has to understand that in a way, it's true. In a way, it's true that if they didn't have that kind of relationship with Austin Dillon, he wouldn't be in that car. He would probably, I wouldn't say he would be in the Cup Series. He just wouldn't be in that 3 car. But Austin Dillon's a very cool driver. Like, I just would, like, when it comes to comparing him to Clint Boyer and, you know, Bubba, like, if I were to say, like, Austin Dillon versus, like, Ty Dillon, I'm obviously taking Austin in this situation. Or, like, Landon Castle, I'm going to take Austin Dillon. But, like, nah, I have to fire it. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me reload the thing on my phone. Let's move on to the next thing. Get it here. Oh yeah, we got Keith Roden. I'm sorry, but Keith Roden's a bot. He only won that one race by with Casey Kane. I have respect for Keith, but like he's not good. And I think William Byron's really, really gonna struggle this weekend at Kansas. I think Byron will be able to handle it because I think Kansas is gonna be a good track for Byron. But Roden, like he literally only got that one Cup win because NASCAR rigged the race for Casey Kane. I'm sorry, but it was kind of obvious. I don't care if the lights were going down and Indy doesn't have lights. They literally wrecked out of turn number 2. And they legit waited until Casey Kane crossed the overtime line to call the caution. Another reason why I think NASCAR cautions take way too long, but I think NASCAR went over like the limit of what they can do. Like you could have just done like a quickie caution, pit road closed. You can't go down pit road. If your car's fucked, you're out of the fucking race. That's it. Just take your L. But Roden taking over for William Byron. This could be a high for his career or a low as a crew chief because they can show that with a good driver like William Byron, he can do good. But just keep Roden. So I don't know. I think Byron's gonna be But Jack Knopf's gonna have a second child apparently. It's gonna be a little girl or something like that. Hey, congratulations to the GOAT. Let's move on to next two. We have one more left before we get to the hot take sessions. I'm gonna give you like 2-3 hashtag hot. That grammar fire. I'm gonna give you like 2 or 3 more hot takes, and then I'm out of here. And it's the Alfa Romeo talking to Perez, and once again, I could see Perez going to Alfa Romeo, but I think the best team that can get him is definitely Haas. Whatever. Perez, definitely a pretty good driver. Let's get it. First, let me check something. Alright, we good. Never mind. Right. The last thing is the hot take session. So I'm gonna give you a bunch of random hot takes. Alright. Don't flame me. Alright. If you in the chat, don't flame me. Don't flame me. Y'all ready for this shit? Austin Dillon's gonna make the round of it. I know it may seem like a cap. Thanks, Michael. I know that's King College. But anyway, yeah, bro, like here's some like hot takes that I got. I'm gonna say Austin Dillon's gonna make the I think he's gonna make the round of 8. It's a hot take because it's just like Austin Dillon isn't consistent. He's not consistent like in the top 10. But I think this is his year. This is legit his year to show that he can win races. Not only win races, but just be consistent. And now that he has Tyler Reddick as like assistant, it's gonna be goated. Another hot take is that I think Williams will end up getting 2 points this season. 2 points. It may not seem like a lot, but in F1, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is fucking a lot of work. It's a lot for someone to get 2 points, especially for a bot team like Williams. Like Williams is that trash. Like they're that trash. But Russell has shown some potential with the 12th place in qualifying. That maybe if like they have a Baku kind of race where like all the like midfield guys wreck out, I think there's gonna be a race like that. If there's a race like that, I think Williams is definitely going to be the one team to take advantage. And you already know they're going to go take advantage and get those point finishes. If they get a points finish, you already know Claire is going to go crazy. You know she's kind of a goat, but like she's kind of a lot in the way. But like, hey man, don't hate. Man, we got 5 viewers. Imagine, could it be me? Alright, my last hot take is I'm going to say that William Byron will not make the playoffs this year. And it's a hot take because William Byron is supposed to be like 10th in the points. He's supposed to be consistently up there. And he's 16th. And I think he's going to get passed by Reddick in the points. Reddick, they're going to be going to Kansas. And Reddick already has a top 10 at that track. Mind you, yeah, again, he has a top 10. And he got it last year in the shitty 31 car. You know how shit 31 is? If you think RCR equipment is shit, that 31, they don't give a shit about. But anyway, he already has a top 10 at Kansas from last season. He has speed there. And he's going to pull off like at Homestead. He's going to be up there. He's going to be consistently fighting up there for maybe the win. I want Reddick to win. I just want to see a rookie fight for the win, my guy. Anyway, this is about to be the end of the podcast, but like, because I think it's been going on for like a while. Like, how long has this been? Yeah, I only got like a little bit of time left. But yeah. Thanks to all the goats that came on the podcast. Oh, my thoughts on Kyle Busch's season? I got you. Alright, so Uh, I feel like this year Kyle Busch is going to be very questionable because Kyle Busch is again good when he has practice, and I feel like the reason why he's been botted is because of iRacing. And I know you're like, why iRacing? Because that's the only thing drivers can use for practice, and we've seen that iRacing changes everything. Kyle Busch is not good at iRacing. He went up against William Byron and all the other guys, and he got fucking murked by everybody. And if he's not good at iRacing, and that's the only practice he has, he's gonna really struggle on the track. Not only that, but his crew chief has made botted calls like at Texas. Why didn't they take no tires? They would have won the race. If they took no tires, they would have won the race. You know Kyle Busch ain't slower than Austin Dillon? Especially because you already know. But I feel like this is going to be that one cheap year where Kyle Busch is going to win the title with no wins. I feel like it's going to happen. Like in the playoffs, he's going to go off, okay? Not by wins, but probably by points finishes and stuff like that. It is pretty strange that this dude doesn't have a stage win and it's like halfway through the season. But Kyle's interesting. Like I don't know. Without those practices, like it's just gonna be tough for a driver like him. And I feel like when the NASCAR announced that there was gonna be no practice in qualifying, I wanted just to slap NASCAR in the face because it's just like you're affecting your young drivers in the truck series because they have no practice. They don't know shit about the track. And even the young guys like Tyler Reddick, I'm astonished that Tyler Reddick, Cole Custer, and Christopher Bell have been doing how they're doing, with no practice or anything. Uh, but Kyle Busch, he's gonna make the chase obviously. I see him going to the round of 8. Questionable if he goes to the round of 4. It's just gonna come down if he's gonna be clutch. So I think he's gonna be a guaranteed round of 8 competitor. It's just gonna come down. I just don't know what else after that. Like if he's gonna go on from there, if it's gonna be goated, whatever. You already know. Anyways, goats, I'm gonna end up ending the stream right here. Unfortunately, Jesse Iwuji didn't come out. If anybody of you guys expected him to come out, pretty sad. But I can care less. Not that I can care less, not in a disrespectful way, but I'm still gonna do it regardless. I'll just try to get another driver on here. I feel like my page really attracts a lot of drivers, and my podcast really did really well today. So thank you guys for watching. I can't really do my outro yet. I kind of gotta end the stream for here. Anyways, thanks for y'all goats for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Next week Wednesday we have another podcast. Next week Wednesday, so hopefully a lot of new juicy NASCAR information comes out. And